ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुक्तपतिकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथं विदं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं साधुभूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखावितांश नमो विश्वपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम पदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतस्वे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता श्री राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्तुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विश्वा विष्णु पृष्ठाय भूताय स्वामी नाम नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूताय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी। एकं शास्त्रं देवकी पुत्रगीतम् एको देवो देवकी पुत्रेव एकस्मन्त्रस्तस्मानि कर्माणि अपि तस्य देवस्य सेवम्। Hare Krishna devotees. So thank you all for joining and my humble obeisances to all the devotees. So yesterday we completed the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, which was the main section part of this whole three chapters. And today we'll start ahead from verse number 12 in the 10th chapter. Yes. So we'll try to cover till verse number 20 today. Let's see how much we are able to cover. Okay. So this is verse number 12 now. Mm. So as I was explaining that this is the first time when Arjuna is going to give a conclusion from his side. So in one sense, Krishna has completed Bhagavad Gita in Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. He has explained everything. He has explained the Sambandha Gyan, Aham Sarvasya Prabho, Matta Sarvam Pravartate, Iti Matva Bhajante Mam, Buddha Bhava Samanvita. That he is the origin of everyone, he is the maintainer of everyone, and the natural inclination of a jiva is to love and serve him. That he explained in verse number 8. Then what to do to get it? Macchitta madgat prana bodhayanti parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti charavantita. So we have to absorb our consciousness in Krishna. And we have to speak the glories of Krishna, and that's how we can remain satisfied and blissful. And then what Krishna does for all of us? तेषां सतयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धि योगं तमेन माम् उपयान्ति ते. So I give them intelligence so that they can come back to me. Even if they are facing some challenges in their life, they will still be able to come to me because I will give them intelligence how to come and overcome those obstacles. And then tesham evanukampartham aham ajnanajam tama nashnami atmavastu jnanadipena bhashvata. And ultimately, I will destroy the root of this material existence, that is ignorance, by which they can come back to me. So, in one sense, Krishna has ended now Bhagavad Gita, and here Arjuna is giving his conclusion, what he understood Bhagavad Gita, how he understood. So, Prabhupada always used to say that we have to follow in the footsteps of Arjuna, the way he understood Bhagavad Gita, because he being the first student of Bhagavad Gita, we have to follow in the same footsteps. Okay, so let us see what Arjuna's conclusion is from verse number 12. Arjuna vacha param brahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavam purusham shashvatam divyam adidevam ajam vibhum ahustvam rishya sarve devarshi naradastatha asito devalayo vyasa swayam chaiva bravishime. So starting from verse number 12 to 18, Arjuna will accept Lord Krishna's supreme position. That's the theme going on. So 12 to 18, he will be telling about Krishna's position. as he understood. So Krishna's supremacy is confirmed by all authorities. That is the theme of this shloka, 12, 13, which is over here. So, okay, so let's see the translation. Then we'll go to word meaning. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, and the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asito, Devalayo, Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me." So let's see the word-to-word meaning for this shloka. So Arjuna said, Param Brahma, you are the supreme truth. Brahma, you are the supreme truth. Param Dhama, you are the supreme sustenance or refuge. That is Param Dhama. Pavitram Paramam, you are the supreme pure. Bhavan, you are the supreme pure. Purusham, you are eternally a personality. Shashwatam, eternal personality. Divyam, you are transcendental. Adidevam, the original Lord. Ajam, that is unborn. Vibhum, you are the greatest. Are you telling just because you are my friend and you want to flatter me? No. Ahustvam Rishya Sarve. This is told by so many rishis. Can you name some? Yeah. Devarshi Narad. He is the greatest of all the sages. Devarshi Narad. Asito. Asit. Uh, sage Asit. Devala. The sage Deval. Vyasa. Vyasadev. And Swam. Now you yourself are also telling me. So simple shloka, uh, nothing much, but Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives some little bit Rasak commentaries also in this. So we'll just see that portion. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, he is the supreme Brahman, the supreme body. So how he translates this from Amarkosh dictionary, that Dham has many, many meaning. So he takes meaning as the form of the Lord. Dham means the refuge, the abode, and Dham also means the form of the Lord. So you are the Param Brahma who has a Param form. That's how Vishwanath Thakur says. That you have a supreme form. What is that form? Sham Sundar form. So that's the form which is supreme, he says. Then Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. And he says anyone who sees this form, he gets purified. So that's how Srila Vishwanath Thakur says the first two line only. He says this thing, that you are the supreme Brahman and you have an eternal form which is Radha Shyam Sundar.
Yeah.
Hmm. And anyone who sees this form, he becomes completely pure. So we have experience of taking darshan of the Lord at 7:30 or morning 4:30. It becomes so blissful to take the darshan of the Lord. So Pavitram Paramam. And anyone who sees this form, he immediately becomes purified. So that's the only thing which Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says about that. Okay, so let's come to the purport of Srila Prabhupada. Very amazing purport. So now Prabhupada is telling what is the result of hearing Chatur Shloki in the first paragraph. In these two verses, the Supreme Lord gives a chance to Maya the philosopher. For here it is clear the Supreme is different from the individual soul. So again, wherever Prabhupada gets a chance to hit Mayavad, he just hits them. He says here it is mentioned that Arjuna is mentioning he is different. Arjuna, after hearing the essential four verses of Bhagavad Gita in this chapter, became completely free from all doubts and accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the result of hearing this four verses. That one becomes free from any doubt, and then he accepts Krishna as the Supreme Lord. He at once boldly declares, "You are the Supreme Brahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead." So that's how he is. Uh, Ignorance is completely removed. And Prabhupada has a very wonderful line over here. So when Arjuna is taking your Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Bhavam, and Purusham, Shadam, Divyam, Adidevam, Ajam, you speaking out of emotions from by Vedic literatures. Bhushan has given references to each word of Arjuna from the Vedas. So very amazing. Our acharyas have done a lot of hard work. Hmm. So Prabhupada has given some references over here as a supreme. And then in the last paragraph, uh, which are told about in a very zip file. But Arjuna wants to hear in detail what he has just been spoken. So then he begins his prayers. And in prayers, first of all, we praise the Lord. So that's how he began to praise the Lord. And there you see, he is Supreme Brahman. You're the most attractive body in the form of Sham Sundar, Paramdhama. What type of body is this? It is a supremely purifying body. Okay. Then Valdev Vidyabhushan, as I was telling, he is giving references to now each word which is spoken by Arjuna. Param Brahma. So references from the Shrutis are given over here. Then Param Dhama, he is the shelter of all from the Katha Upanishad. He is a supreme purifying from Shetashar Upanishad. Brahma Adanya Upanishad. He is most powerful, unborn from Gopal Tapani Upanishad. Hmm. So many references you will find over here where Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan is giving for each word of Arjuna. Okay, so this was the conclusion from Arjuna. So let's see ahead what he is glorifying now. So till 18th verse, he is glorifying only. He is glorifying Krishna. सर्वमेतं कृतं मन्ये यन्मां वदसि केशव नाहि ते भगवान् व्यक्तिं विधुर्देवा न दानवा. Okay. Some devotee can read translation.
O
O
Krishna,
Krishna, I totally accepts as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality.
Hmm. So Arjuna is telling ki, no, let's come. Sarvam means all in totality. Whatever you have spoken, I do not doubt on any part of this. Sarvam etat kritam manne. Kritam means truth. Manne, I accept. Whatever you have told, I accept it fully. Otherwise, Prabhupada gives an analogy of Ardh Kukuti Nyaya, that people will accept that Krishna did Ras dance. So I will also do Rasa dance. But Krishna also danced on Kalia. Will you do that? Krishna also lifted Govardhan Hill. Will you do that? No, no. Hmm. Sarvam. So he's telling whatever you are speaking, I accept it. Sarvam etat kritam manne. Yan mam. Hmm. Whatever you have unto me, you have given me. Vadasi Keshava. O Keshav, whatever you have told me, I accept it. Na hi te Bhagavan Vyaktim. But to understand you is very difficult. To understand you, to know you is very difficult. Vidhur Devana Danava. Hmm. Even demigods and the demons, they are not able to know you. Very difficult. So how you came to know? By the grace of Krishna. I am able to know everything by the grace of Krishna. That is what Prabhupada will tell in purport. That how Arjuna is able to know all this? Because by the grace of Krishna. So what they do not know, Srila Vishwanath Ji Thakur gives a definition that what Devas and Danavas they are not knowing. So two things he says. First, how Krishna being unborn takes birth. This mystery they are not able to solve. And second thing, they do not know your beautiful form with qualities. There's another thing which they don't know is that this is your beautiful form, your eternal form with so many qualities and attractive features. This they don't know. They consider you as a common person. This is what the Danavas and the Devas they don't know. Hmm. Okay. So Srila Prabhupada will be revealing over here only by the grace of Krishna we can know him. Okay. Purport. Arjuna herein confirms that persons of faithless and demonic nature cannot understand Krishna. He is not known even to by the demigods. So what to speak of so-called scholars of this modern world? By the grace of the Supreme Lord, Arjuna has understood the supreme truth is Krishna, and he is the perfect one. So again, Prabhupada is telling in the previous purport also, he told us by the grace of Krishna he is able to understand. And here also it is written, by the grace of the Supreme Lord, he is able to understand Krishna. The acceptance by Arjuna of all that Krishna says should be emulated. Then we can understand the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Then only can we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So again, Prabhupada is repeating that if we want to understand Krishna, we have to understand through the words of Arjuna, in the following the footsteps of Arjuna. Srila Vishwanath Thakur also says why he says Keshava. So Keshava means Ka means Brahma, Ish means Shiva, and Va means to bind. So Keshava means you bind even Brahma and Shivan with ignorance of your true nature. What to say of others? That's the purport. Srila Vishwanath Thakur says that what to say of the demigods and the Danavas, even the Brahma and Shiva are bewildered by your activities. I consider all this true. I do not consider it just praise, okay, Shiva. And here Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan is writing this. The Devas and the Danavas do not know your beautiful form, adorned with qualities, such as being the Supreme Brahman. Rather, they discard and insult you by thinking that you are like others. So this thing they are not able to know. So what are the qualities? The six opulences of Krishna. They are not able to understand it. Okay. Then 10.15. Only you know yourself. So only you know the complete about yourself. Even I don't know. Even I have got the grace from you, but I can know only that much which you have revealed to me. To know you completely, impossible. That's the theme over here. Because Krishna may say, so you have known me completely? No, no, that is not possible. Even for me, that is not possible. Swayam evatma atma atmanam vitthatvam purushottama bhuta bhavana bhutesha deva deva jagatpate. So he is glorifying over here. Okay, read the translation.
Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own internal potency, O Supreme Person, Origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, Lord of the universe.
So he is glorifying with many, many words. So, Swayam, personally, Eva, certainly, only you. Atma Atmanam, by yourself you know yourself. That's it. Who is the best knower of you? You yourself are the best knower. That's it. Vitta, you know. Tvam. So, first adjective for Lord is you are Purushottama, the greatest of all Purushas. Purushottama. Then you are Bhut Bhavana, the origin of everything. Bhut Ish, the Lord of everything. Deva Deva, the Lord of all demigods. Jagat Pate, the Lord of entire universe. The simple glorification of Supreme Lord Arjuna is doing. That you know yourself by your own eternal potency. You are the Supreme Person, you are the origin of all, the Lord of all beings, God of all, and Lord of the universe. Okay. So let's see the purport. Srila Vishwanath Thakur gives a different. This translation of Srila Prabhupada has been taken from Srila Vishwanath Thakur. So Srila Vishwanath Thakur gives two meanings to this same shloka. One Rasik and one this technical. So that Rasik one we will see later. First we read the purport of Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Lord Krishna can be known by persons who are in the relationship with him through the discharge of devotional service. Mental speculation that leads one away from the Supreme Lord is a serious sin. And one who does not know Krishna should not try to comment on Bhagavad Gita. So actually, it's we don't know how much it is sinful to take someone away from Krishna. Hmm. Recently, there is one boy in IIT. So uh, we were registering for Utkarsha. So he was really anti with ISKCON. So he got to know that almost we are from ISKCON. So he was really anti from ISKCON. So he formed a different group only. And in that group, he sent all videos, blasphemous videos of ISKCON in that group. And then 5 of the students who registered, they took it back. They said, we don't want to come. So I was just thinking what a disservice he did, taking so many souls away from Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada is telling mental speculation that leads one away from Supreme Lord is a serious sin. And one does not know Krishna should not try to comment on Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a statement of Krishna, and since it is science of Krishna, it is to be understood from Krishna as Arjuna understood it. It should not be received from atheistic persons. So, and Prabhupada in the purport is giving the meaning of each word, that why he is called Pushottam, why he is called Bhut Bhavana, why he is called Bhutesh, why he is called Deva Deva, why he is called Jagatpate. This is the realization of Arjuna. So we'll just read one line which Prabhupada gives definition of it. So Krishna as Purushottama, the supreme person. He is a supreme person. Prabhupada says he is a supreme person, therefore he is called Purushottama. Yet one still may not understand that Krishna is the father of all living entities. So he is a supreme person, but many people may not consider him as the father of all. So therefore Arjuna is addressing as him as Bhuta Bhavana, or the father of all living entities. And if one comes to know him as the father of all living entities, still one may not know him as a supreme controller. So therefore he is addressed as Bhutesh, or the supreme controller of everyone. So this is a third point which he wants to emphasize, that he is a father also, it is a controller also. And even if one knows Krishna is the supreme controller of all living entities, still one may not know that he is the origin of all demigods. Therefore, he is addressed as Deva Deva, that he is the origin of all demigods. Because they are demigods also, so some may consider that demigods are different from Lord. No, Deva Deva, he is the origin of all devas. The worshipful Lord of all demigods. And even if one knows him as the worshipful Lord of all demigods, one may not know him that he is the supreme proprietor of everything. Therefore, his address as Jagatpate. So Prabhupada is giving why these terms are being used. This is from Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He mentions these things. Thus, the truth about Krishna is established in these verses by the realization of Arjuna. And we should follow in the footsteps of Arjuna to understand Krishna as he is. So Prabhupada is again repeating this parampara point. So these are the adjectives used for Krishna: Purushottama, Bhut Bhavana, Bhutesh, Deva Deva, and Jagatpate. Okay, so now let us come to the Rasik meaning given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur for this verse. Therefore, you alone know yourself. Your devotees know that actually you do have birth and you also without birth. Such a condition is difficult to exist. But he also does not know by which method it can happen. You alone know that. You know through yourself alone, not through any other means. So what is that thing which you only know, which we also don't know, is your mysterious birth. Although you are known as Ajanma, but still you take birth. And both condition exist. Both condition exist. And by which method you follow these two things, that we don't know. That is very difficult to understand. That is Srila Vishwanath Thakur is telling. Okay. Next, he is giving, when he is called Purushottama, so he is referring to Purusha avatars. Mahavishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Shurodaksha Vishnu. Among all the Purusha incarnations, you are the Supreme Purusha. Therefore, you are Purushottam. You are the Lord of all, you are the Lord of those lords up to Brahma, who have become the creators of all material bodies. Bhut Bhavna Bhutesha. So that's the meaning Srila Vishwanath Thakur gives over here. Bhut Bhavna Bhutesha. That you are the Lord of the Lord who has given the material bodies, who has given the material bodies to Jivas. So that's the point. Not only are you the Lord of all of them, you are also the performer of the pastime, Deva. So here a different meaning of Deva is given, that you are the performer of pastimes. So what it means, the word Deva comes from the root word Div, which means one who plays. So that's Srila Vishwanath Thakur gives. So Deva means one who performs pastime. Taking the Devas as an instrument in your pastime. So therefore Deva Deva. You do pastime taking the Deva. Therefore you are Deva Deva. So very interesting. You do pastimes in Vrindavan and Mathura and Dwarika, taking the demigods with you. So therefore you are Deva Deva. And this last line he gives a very interesting thing. Moreover, out of your infinite mercy, you are the master of those like me. Just a das, dwelling within the universe. Jagat Pate, you are my master. So that's the meaning which Srila Vishwanath Thakur gives, that you are my master. Therefore, Jagat Pate. So these are little different meaning given by Srila Vishwanath Thakur in this regard. And this is another meaning which he gives, which is taken by Srila Prabhupada. Technical meaning. Purushottam, Bhut Bhavna, Bhutesha, Devas, and Jagatpate. And Baldev Vidya Bhushan also gives in the same line those meanings. Bhut Bhavna, Bhutesha, Deva Deva, and Jagatpate. And now he requests, so after glorifying Krishna in verse number 12, 13, 14, and 15, he glorified Krishna in all those verses. Now he is requesting him to please tell me more. In verse number 16 and in verse number 17, he is requesting Krishna that please tell me something more on this. Vaktum arasya seshena divya hi atma vibhutaya yabir vibhuti lokan imam stvam vyapatishtasi. Yes, read translation.
Please
Please
tell
tell me.
me in detail of your divine opulence by which you pervade all these words.
Hmm. So next shloka we tell what is the purpose of his asking this question. To always remember Krishna. That's the purpose of Arjuna. Why he is asking about his divine opulences. So what he's telling? Vaktum, please arhasi. Eh, you can just speak to me. Asheshena, in detail. In detail you tell me. Divya hi atma vibhutaya. Your divine opulences, your vibhutis. You should tell about your vibhutis. Yabhi, by which, Vibhuti bhi, by which opulences, Lokan, in all these planets, Imam Tvam, you are, Vyapatishtasi, you maintain this universe by your opulences. The opulences by which you maintain this universe, you remain fixed in this universe. I want to hear those opulences. So please tell me in detail about them. So like this, he is asking. So Srila Vishwanath Thakur says a very, very nice thing in this, that why Arjuna suddenly gets the thought of knowing opulences, and that I want to know about your opulences. So then he says, to know you is very difficult. So earlier shlokas I told, so Arjuna is telling, to know about you is very, very difficult. At least I should know about your energies. And then Krishna would tell, Are, you have told that you want to know in detail about my energies, but that is not possible. Then he says, at least you tell about those energies by which you maintain this world. So that's how he come to this. So he is first tell that to know you is very difficult. Therefore, I am not asking to tell you about yourself because it's very difficult to know about you. And then I am telling you to tell about vibhutis. So you may ask, अरे मेरी तो इतनी सारी विभूति है, मैं क्या बताऊंगा, तुम बोलो डिटेल में बताओ. ठीक है एटलीस्ट वो नहीं तो जिससे आप मेंटेन करते हो यूनिवर्स को वही बता दो उन ऑपलेंसेस को. बोले ओके 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 ठीक है. You should speak about your vibhutis in detail, at least about those by which you remain pervading this universe. At least उनके लिए थोड़ा बता दो, इनका बता दो बस. तो शिला प्रभुपाद परपट. So, okay. In this verse, it appears that Arjuna is already satisfied with his understanding with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. By Krishna's grace, Arjuna has personal experience, intelligence, and knowledge. All three. And whatever else a person may have. And through all these agencies, he had understood Krishna to be Supreme Personality of Godhead. So again, Prabhupada is bringing out the point grace. He has got the grace and he understood Krishna. So Arjuna is asking Krishna how he exists in all pervading aspects through his different energies. One should know that this has been asked by Arjuna on behalf of common people. So Arjuna is asking this question only for the sake of common people. Because he is already convinced of his position as that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He has already expressed that. He does not need to know about his opulences. He understood Krishna. But he is asking this is on the behalf of common people. That's so that common people can know and remember Krishna. So this is a very interesting thing which is happening in Arjuna's life. Widening of vision of Arjuna. So you see what was the journey of questions of Arjuna. Journey. So initially he started his questions with focusing on himself. I cannot fight. This will happen. That will happen. So that was the basis with which he started his question. That was I. And then now you see in 10th chapter has come and his question, the quality of his questions are changed. Now he's asking how, tell me about your vibhutis, how I can remember you. In next shloka we'll be seeing how I will be able to remember you. So now his whole question is changed. That because of his hearing. He heard submissively from Krishna. So that was his I to K journey through hearing. So here on behalf of common people, he's asking this. And Srila Vishwanath Thakur says this. It is difficult to understand the truth about you. Therefore, I want to know about your vibhutis. Your vibhutis are very attractive. You should speak about them fully. But it is impossible to speak about all my vibhutis fully. Okay, speak about those vibhutis by which you spread yourself in this world. So that's the inner conversation Srila Vishwanath Thakur is giving over here. 10.17. This is transformations of questions which happens. कथम विद्यानहं योगिन् त्वं सदा परिचिन्तयान् केषु केषु च भावेषु चिन्तयोऽसि भगवान् मया. Yes, read translation.
O Krishna, O Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you? And how shall I know you? In what various form are you to be remembered? O Supreme Personally Forgotten.
Can you see the difference in question? कहाँ वो पहला था, कार्पण्य दोषोपहता स्वभावा पृच्छामि त्वं धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेता. मेरे को धर्म के बारे में बताओ, मैं क्या करूं क्या ना करूं, मैं धर्म से विमोहित हो चुका हूं. यश श्रेय निशितम ब्रूहि सन्मे शिष्यास्ते हम साधिमंतो. क्या हालत थी अर्जुना की फर्स्ट चैप्टर में. ही वाज जस्ट थिंकिंग अबाउट आई मुझे अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, मुझे मजा नहीं आ रहा है. What questions he was asking? Guru न हत्वा हि महानुभावान. मैं गुरु को नहीं मार सकता. सेम एज तुम अपने गुरु को मारोगे क्या है. Like this he was talking to Krishna. And you see this 10th chapter has come. Oh Krishna, oh Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you? How shall I know you? In what various forms are to be remembered, O Supreme Personality of Godhead? और कहाँ बात चल रही है, ये बैटलफील्ड पे चल रही है. बाय द वे हमको भूलना चाहिए, वहां बैटलफील्ड पे चल रही है ये सब बातें. चारों साइड से सेनाएं घेरी हुई हैं, दुर्योधन देख रहा है. बोले क्या बात कर रहे हैं. कोई जल्दी नहीं है अर्जुन को, कोई जल्दी नहीं है. हम्म तो आराम से बोलता है, आप डिटेल में बताइए आप. मैं तुमको युद्ध करने की जल्दी, कोई जल्दी नहीं है हमको. अमेजिंग ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ना. युद्ध होना है एकदम भयंकर महाभारत, जिसपे इतने सीरियल्स बन रहे हैं आजकल, महाभारत युद्ध. हमें याद है जब मैं छोटा बच्चा था तो रामनंद सागर की महाभारत आती थी. हम्म तो उसमें गीता वाला एपिसोड आया था, मुझे याद है गीता के एपिसोड आए थे. और वो 3-4 सेशन चले वो. मतलब जैसे ही संडे को टीवी खोलो वो गीता ही चल रहा है अभी. और फिर मैं ऐसा बैठ के देखता था, यार कब लड़ेंगे लोग, कब लड़ेंगे कब लड़ेंगे. मतलब लड़ाई देखने में मजा आता था हमको. और अर्जुन को कोई टेंशन नहीं कि भैया लोग एकदम संकुंग बच चुका है. अभी संकुंग बच चुका है. दिस इज हैपनिंग आफ्टर एवरीथिंग इज डन, कॉन्शियस आर ब्लोन. बट दिस इज ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन विच हैपेंस when one very submissively and attentively hears Bhagavad Gita. He wants to hear more about Krishna. He wants to remember. And now he is asking that I want to remember you, Krishna. This is Bhakti Yoga. So in this shloka you see, Katham Vidvan Aham Yogins, O Supreme Mystic, how shall I? He is very submissive now. How shall I? Tvam Sada Parichintayan. ये भक्ति का एलिमेंट है. स्मरणम, श्रवणम कीर्तनम विष्णु स्मरणम ना परिचिंतया. मैं हमेशा आपके बारे में सोचता रहूं. कैसे कैसे सोचूं. सो दिस इज द पार्ट ऑफ भक्ति. केशु केशु च भावेशु. मैं इस दुनिया में कोई भी चीज देखूं, इस भावेशु, इस दुनिया में, इस नेचर में, केशु केशु किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट को देखूं, चिंत्योसी भगवान मया. मैं आपको स्मरण करना चाहता हूं हर चीज में. ये कैसे करूं. तो हम बोलते हैं ना कि प्रभु जी हम कैसे हर समय कृष्णा कॉन्शियस रह सकते हैं. प्रभु जी यही है क्वेश्चन. अर्जुन ने भी यही क्वेश्चन पूछा कि मैं 24 आवर्स कृष्णा कॉन्शियस कैसे रह सकता हूँ. इस युद्ध के दौरान में भी मैं आपको कैसे स्मरण कर सकता हूँ. केशु केशु च भावेशु. अमेजिंग ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन बाय अर्जुना. ओके. सो ओ मास्टर ऑफ योग माया. सो योगिन का मतलब है, सो विश्वनाथ ठाकुर सेज वन हु इज अ मास्टर ऑफ योग माया. By what method of thinking can I know you at all times? How should I think of you with devotion, in various objects, O Lord. So this is the theme. In the various objects which are there in this world, how can I think of you? So this question is asking for common people. Because for him, in front of him is Sham Sundar form. Why he want to remember Krishna through other forms when the supreme form is available in front of him? That is the argument of Srila Vishnu Thakur. When the supreme form of Sham Sundar is present before him, why he wants to remember that form through other objects? बॉटल के थ्रू याद करना चाहता हूँ, टेबल के थ्रू याद करना चाहता हूँ, क्यों नहीं? वो उनके लिए नहीं है, वो हमारे लिए है. He is remembering 24 hours Sham Sundar form. Therefore, he is telling this question has been asked for common people, where people are engaged in so many objects in this world. So how they can remember Krishna through those objects? O Master of Yoga Maya, in contemplating you constantly, in what manner should I know you? In which object should I think of you while meditating, O Lord? मैं आपको मेडिटेट करने के लिए मैं कौन से चीजों पे मेडिटेट करूं, कैसे मेडिटेट करूं? सो ही इज ऑल्सो प्रूविंग मेडिटेशन कैन नॉट बी ऑन वॉइड. वो कह रहा है कुछ तो ऑब्जेक्ट होगा मेडिटेशन के लिए, कैसे उस ऑब्जेक्ट से आपको याद करूं? तो दैट इज व्हाट इट्स personal. So Prabhupada also gives in the purport, this is the purport of Srila Prabhupada, in which he also defines yogims from Srila Vishwanath Thakur. He is the master of Yoga Maya. So what is his thought process, Arjuna's thought process? He wants to know the general process by which the all-pervading Lord can be understood by the common man. That is the theme of this. So this is the heart of a Vaishnava. Prabhupada gives the heart of a Vaishnava. The superior devotee is concerned not only for his own understanding, but for the understanding of all mankind. So Arjuna, out of his mercy, because he is a Vaishnava, a devotee, is opening for the common man the understanding of the all pervasiveness of the Supreme Lord. That is what is talked about over here. Well, now from verse number 20, we will be seeing the opulences of Krishna till verse number 39. It's all, what is the aspect of Krishna mentioned over here? All pervasiveness of the Krishna is mentioned over here. So Krishna defines his opulence in three aspects. He is the origin and he is the origin and basis of everything. He is the origin or the basis of everything. He is the essence of everything, and he is the best of everything. So in three sections, he talks about opulences from chapter number 7. It started from chapter number 7. He starts that he is the origin or basis of everything, which means this verse is there, na? वो कैसे स्टार्ट होता है वो वर्स? अनलो वायु खम मनो बुद्धि रेव च अहंकार इति मने भिन्ना प्रकृतिर अष्टधा.
भूमिरपुनलो वायु.
भूमिरपुनलो वायु खम मनो बुद्धि रेव च अहंकार इति मने भिन्ना प्रकृतिर अष्टधा. He is the origin or the basis of everything. Then he is the essence of everything. रसो हम अपसु कौन्तेया, रसो हम अपसु कौन्तेया प्रभाष्मि से सूर्यो प्रणव सर्ववेदुषु शब्द खे पौरुषम ऋषु. He is the essence of everything. And now he is going to tell he is the best of everything. From verse number 20, he will have the second aspect of his opulence, which is all persiveness, where he will tell he is the best of everything. So this is the theme which will be now starting. The common man who has no love for Krishna cannot always think of Krishna. Therefore, he has to think materially. Arjuna is considering the mode of thinking of the materialistic persons of this world. So that is what Arjuna is thinking. How general people will this. So all this Arjuna is thinking on the battlefield. मैं भी अमेज था ये पढ़कर कि अर्जुन इतने ग्रेट डिवोटी की बैटलफील्ड पे भी प्रीचिंग का सोच रहे हैं. अमेजिंग ना. हमारी लाइफ में थोड़ा सा दिक्कत आ जाता है, हम बोलते हैं प्रभु जी प्रीचिंग अभी रोकिए, पहले अपनी लाइफ को सेटल करते हैं हम. थोड़ा सेटल हो जाए प्रभु जी, जॉब हो जाए, थोड़ा सेटल हो जाए, उसके बाद प्रीचिंग उचिंग का देखेंगे कि मिशन में कैसे लगना है. अर्जुना बैटलफील्ड में प्रीचिंग का सोच रहा है. So that's how he's such a great devotee, such a kindness, compassion out of his mercy. Because materialistic cannot understand Krishna spiritually, they are advised to concentrate the mind on physical things and try to see how Krishna is manifested by physical representations. So that is what is the theme of now opulences, which is going. Again, Prabhupada is repeating that thing. Okay. So this is the main theme of the question. This means how can I perform bhakti by thinking of you in various objects in one line. This is the main theme of the question which is asked by here. Hmm. So, and then Arjuna is giving this last shloka, 18th shloka, where he is confirming Krishna. Krishna मैं जल्दी में नहीं हूँ. आप ये मत सोचो कि फाइट अभी है, अब मैं रेडी हूँ फाइट करने के लिए, तो मैं थोड़ा जल्दी में हूँ. लेक्चर बंद करते हैं, एक्शन पे आते हैं, एक्शन मूवी. पहले के टाइम में हम मूवी भी देखते थे, उसमें भी हमको एक्शन वाला ही पार्ट अच्छा लगता था. वो बात कर रहे हैं, वो कर रहे हैं, वो ज्यादा अच्छा नहीं लगता था. तो आपको लग सकता है कि मैं वही कलयुगा वालों जैसा हूँ, एक्शन मैन. बोले नहीं नहीं, मेरे पास पूरा टाइम है, आराम से बताइए आप. नो सेशिएशन इन हेयरिंग अबाउट यू, मैं थकूंगा नहीं सुनने में. विस्तारेणात्मनो योगम विभूतिं च जनार्दन भूय कथाय तृप्तिर्हि शृण्वतो नास्ति मे अमृतम. यस, रीड द ट्रांसलेशन.
O Janardana, again, please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulences. I am never satiated in hearing about you, for the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words.
अमेजिंग. तो इन बैटलफील्ड इन डिटेल, अगेन इज टेलिंग, डिटेल में बताइए. विस्तारेण, पूरे विस्तार से बताइए, अच्छे से. बहुत फुर्सत का समय है मेरे पास. हाँ. आत्मनो योगम, हमारे पास ही टाइम नहीं रहता. बताओ, अर्जुन के पास भी टाइम है, बैटल फील्ड पे भी टाइम है उसके पास. हमसे बोला जाए कल साधना हुई, मैं कहा नहीं प्रभु, ये टाइम नहीं मिला कल. कल मेरा पूरा हेयरिंग नहीं हुआ पूरे दिन. और कोई पूछे कि क्यों नहीं हुआ, प्रभु जी टाइम नहीं मिला. ओ भाई, अर्जुन से भी बिजी हो गए हम. विस्तारेण, पूरे विस्तार के साथ बताइए हमको. आत्मनो योगम, अपनी जो योग शक्ति, योग भक्ति के बारे में बताइए. तो शिला विश्वनाथ जी ठाकुर से आत्मनो योगम मीन्स अपने भक्ति प्रोसेस के बारे में मेरे को बताइए, कैसे मैं आपको स्मरण रखूं, याद रखूं. विभूतिम, अपने ऑपुलेंसेस के बारे में बताइए. इन दो चीजों के बारे में मेरे को जानना है. हे जनार्दन, ओ द मेंटेनर ऑफ यूनिवर्स, प्लीज टेल मी अबाउट these two things, about your bhakti, how can I remember you, and about your opulences by which you maintain this world. भूया, अगेन. तो ये भूया वर्ड सुन के आपको कहीं कुछ याद आ रहा है? किसी और ने भी भूया वर्ड बोला था? किसी को कुछ याद आ रहा है भूया वर्ड? सोचो. भूया एव महाबाहो शृणु मे परमं वचा. कुछ श्लोक, द फर्स्ट श्लोक ऑफ दिस चैप्टर, 10th चैप्टर में, where Krishna is telling, I am going to tell you again, please hear. And here Arjuna is requesting, again you tell me. भूया, अगेन. कथाया तृप्तिर्हिर, आप अपनी कथा को जारी रखिए, विराम मत लगाइए. भूया एव, क्योंकि कृष्ण ने क्या कंक्लूजन दे दिया ना 4 श्लोकों में. तो अर्जुन को डर लग गया कि भैया ये तो रुकने वाले हैं, ये तो रोकने वाले हैं. भूया भूया, रुको नहीं, अगेन बताइए, मैं सुन सकता हूँ. तृप्तिर, मैं अभी तृप्त नहीं हुआ हूँ. शन्वतो नास्ति, मैं अभी तृप्त नहीं हूं. क्यों? अमृतम वचा, आपके जो वर्ड है वो अमृत जैसे हैं, नेक्टर जैसे हैं. तो इसलिए आप फिर से बताइए मेरे को, मेरे को फिर से जानना है. कभी कोई टीचर कुछ एक्सप्लेन करता है तो वो पूछता है आपको समझ में आ गया? तो अगर स्टूडेंट बोलता है नहीं समझ में आया, तो टीचर फिर से एक्सप्लेन करता है, एक बार दो बार. हैं. लेकिन वो बच्चे को टीचर बहुत पसंद है, अच्छे से बता रहा है टीचर, तो टीचर वो बच्चा बोलता है नहीं समझ में आया, कभी कभी मजाक में बोलता है कि नहीं समझ में आया, फिर से बताइए. और टीचर समझ जाती है, ये समझ चुका है, ऐसे ही बोल रहा है बार बार मेरे को परेशान करने के लिए. बट हियर अर्जुना इज टेलिंग भूया, फिर से बताइए. क्योंकि आपके जो वाणी है वो अमृत जैसी है. तो भगवद गीता वापस चालू हो रहा है, हरि बोल. वापस भगवद गीता इज गोइंग टू स्टार्ट. हम्म. ओके. ओ जनार्दन, प्लीज टेल मी अगेन इन डिटेल अबाउट योर विभूतिज एंड योर भक्ति योगा. दो चीजों के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं वो. हियरिंग योर नेक्टर आई हैव नो सेसेशन, दिस इज द ट्रांसेंडेंटल नेचर ऑफ कृष्ण कथा. तो एक परपट है, मैं उसको ढूंढने की कोशिश किया, मैं भूल गया कहाँ पर है वो. शिला प्रभुपाद डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं ट्रांसेंडेंटल सब्जेक्ट मैटर और मंडेन सब्जेक्ट मैटर के बीच में, एक बड़ा सा पैराग्राफ है प्रभुपाद का. तो किसी को मिले तो वो शेयर कर सकते हैं ग्रुप में. एक परपट है प्रभुपाद का, मैं कल ढूंढ रहा था, मेरे को मिला नहीं वो. प्रभुपाद ने डिफरेंशिएट किया है कि अगर कोई ट्रांसलेट सब्जेक्ट मैटर कर रहा है तो वो नया होता रहता है. और जो मटेरियलिस्टिक सब्जेक्ट मैटर है वो न्यूज़पेपर टाइप का है, 2 मिनट पढ़ा और फेंकना पड़ता है. बोले न्यूज़पेपर, इतने न्यूज़पेपर आते हैं, लेकिन आप एक न्यूज़पेपर वापस उठा के देखते हो क्या? नहीं. देखा आपने, थोड़ा सा देखा फिर फेंक देते हो. लेकिन आप देखो वही भगवत गीता, भागवतम, रामलीला, ट्रांसेंडेंटल नेचर ऑफ कृष्ण कथा कितने सालों से चल रहा है। अभी भी रामलीला मैदान पे दशहरे के समय पे रामलीला हुई, इतने लोग आ जाते हैं। और टीवी पे जितनी बार रामायण आया है, जितने लोगों ने बनाया है उतनी बार हिट हुआ है। महाभारत जितनी बार बना उतनी बार हिट हो रहा है। दैट इज अ ट्रांसेंडेंटल नेचर ऑफ कृष्ण कथा। Okay, so Prabhupada gives a very nice purport. A similar statement was made by Shuddha Goswami by the sages of Naimisharanya, headed by Shaunaka. Vayam tu na vitrapyama uttama shloka vikrame yan shinvatam rasagyanam sadhu sadhu pade pade. We are never be satiated, even though one continuously hears the transcendental pastimes of Krishna. The same thing was told by sages of Naimisharanya. Arjuna is interested in hearing about Krishna and specifically how he remains in all pervading Supreme Lord on the battlefield. And here Prabhupada gives this purport is very amazing purport. Very nice paragraph by Srila Prabhupada. Glory of Krishna Katha. Prabhupada is writing over here. Now as far as Amritam, nectar is concerned, any narration or statement concerning Krishna is just like nectar. पता नहीं हम में से कितने को रियलाइजेशन हुआ है, हमको तो लगता है कड़वा कब क्लास खत्म होगी प्रभु जी। हमको तो नेक्टर नहीं लग रहा है। But any narration or statement concerning Krishna is just like nectar. And this nectar can be perceived by practical experience. Modern stories, fiction, histories are different from the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. In that one will tire of hearing mundane stories, but one never tires of hearing about Krishna. It is for this reason only that the history of the whole universe is replete with references to the pastimes of the incarnations of Godhead. The Puranas are histories of bygone ages that relate the pastimes of various incarnations of Lord. In this way, the reading matter remains forever fresh despite repeated readings. So, this is the nectar. So, don't search nectar somewhere else. We already have nectar. YouTube पे जाके नेक्टर शॉपिंग नहीं करने का। हमारे पास भगवत गीता भागवतम के रूप में ऑलरेडी बहुत नेक्टर पड़ा है, उसको टेस्ट करिए। सो दैट इज द ग्लोरी ऑफ कृष्ण कथा। हम्म हम्म Why are you asking again, Bhuya? Speak in detail about your qualities and vibhutis. So कृष्णा बोले यार मैं ऑलरेडी इतना बता चुका हूँ विभूतिस के बारे में। Why you are asking again, Bhuya? Because I want to know more. Hmm. And now from 19 to 42, he will be start describing about his vibhutis. Krishna will be start about telling about his vibhutis. So from verse number 21 exactly it starts. So we'll just see 19 and 20 where Krishna begins to start. श्री भगवान वाच हंता ये कथयिष्यामि दिव्य हि आत्मा विभूतया प्रधानयता कुरु श्रेष्ठा नास्ति यत्तो विस्तरास्य मे। Yes, read the translation.
Supreme
The
Personality
Supreme
of Godhead
Personality of
said,
Godhead said, yes, I will tell you my splendorous manifestation, but only of those which are prominent. O Arjun, of my opulence is limitless.
So what Krishna is telling over here? हंतते, यस। सो श्रीला विश्वनाथ जी के ठाकुर बोलते हैं कि वो मर्सीफुली बोले हंतते, ऐसे कृपा करते हुए। यस मैं बताऊंगा, कथिष्यामि मैं बताऊंगा आपको, दिव्य ही आत्म विभूतियां, मेरी जो डिवाइन ऑपुलेंसेस हैं वो सब मैं बताने वाला हूँ। लेकिन कौन कौन सी? प्रधानयता, प्रिंसिपल्स बताने वाला हूँ। जो प्रिंसिपल ऑपुलेंसेस हैं उनको ही बताऊंगा, हे कुरुश्रेष्ठ मैं उनको ही बताने वाला हूँ। नास्ति अंतो विस्तरस्य में, क्योंकि मेरे ऑपुलेंसेस का कोई एंड नहीं है, इसलिए मैं आपको अपने से प्रिंसिपल ऑपुलेंसेस के बारे में ही बताने वाला हूं। हम्म तो कोई बोलेगा कि ठीक है, अगर भगवान के ऑपुलेंसेस को समझना इतना कठिन है तो फिर हम लोग क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं? तो प्रपात इसको यहाँ पर लिखते हैं, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल टू कॉम्प्रीहेंड द ग्रेटनेस ऑफ कृष्णा एंड हिज ऑपुलेंसेस। द सेंसेस ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल सोल आर लिमिटेड एंड डू नॉट परमिट हिम टू अंडरस्टैंड द टोटलिटी ऑफ कृष्णाज अफेयर्स। तो हम लोग इतने लिमिटेड हैं कि हम लोग कृष्णा को अंडरस्टैंड करना बहुत मुश्किल है। जैसे इटर्निटी कंसेप्ट, अभी मैं गया था बीएचयू तो वहां पर कुछ बच्चे पूछे कैसे हम समझे कि कृष्णा अनबॉर्न है। मैं बोला वो इटर्नल है। बोले कैसे समझे? मैं कहा नहीं समझ सकते आप। बोले क्यों? बोले आप टाइम डोमेन के अंदर में हो, इटर्निटी का एक्सपीरियंस ही नहीं है आपको। हम्म तो बोले इटर्नल है लॉर्ड। मैं कहा हाँ इटर्नल है, आप भी इटर्नल हो। वही तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा। मैं कहा वो कभी नहीं समझ में आएगा। So it's impossible. Lord is unborn, he is taking birth and he's unborn. So these concepts very difficult to understand for all of us. Still, the devotees try to understand Krishna, but not on the principle that they will be able to understand Krishna fully at any specific time or in any state of life. नहीं, ये कभी नहीं होगा. Rather, the very topics of Krishna are so relishable that they appear to the devotees as nectar. ये reason है devotees के चर्चा करने का. So devotees को किसी भी समय किसी भी state of life में कृष्णा के बारे में कभी समझ में नहीं आएगा, लेकिन वो डिस्कस करने में ही नेक्टर है, इसलिए डिवोटीज डिस्कस करते हैं. Thus the devotees enjoy them in discussing Krishna's opulences and his diverse energies. The pure devotees take transcendental pleasure. Therefore, they want to hear and discuss them. They want to hear more. They want to discuss more. The word pradhaniyata, principle, is very important because we can understand only a few of the principal details of the Supreme Lord, for his features are unlimited. It is not possible to understand them all. And vibhuti, used in the verse, refers to the opulences. So we can understand only some aspect of what Krishna wants to tell us through that vibhuti. Even in that vibhuti, we will not be able to understand fully, but some aspect of that vibhuti we will be able to understand. So this is very important, Prabhupada is writing. And vibhuti, as used in this verse, refers to the opulences by which he controls the whole manifestation. This is what the vibhutis is going to explain. The impersonalist or pantheist cannot understand the exceptional opulence of Supreme Lord, nor the manifestation of divine energies. Both in the material world and in the spiritual world, his energies are distributed in every variety of manifestation. That is his energies. So what we can perceive? Now Krishna is describing what can be directly perceived by common man. Those examples he will give, which we can perceive. Thus part of his varied energy is described in this way. So now here Prabhupada is writing a very important word which is called pantheist. So what do you mean by pantheist? So now यहाँ से कृष्णा स्टार्ट करेंगे, बोलेंगे among all the animals I am lion. So among all the animals I am lion. So now somebody will say, अरे क्या lion भी भगवान है क्या? और he goes and start worshipping lion. ओम जय जगदीश हरे. तो क्या होगा वो लाइन आपका, क्या करेगा? खा जाएगा आप. तो क्या आप लाइन को भी पूजा करना स्टार्ट कर दोगे बिकॉज कृष्णा इज टेलिंग अमंग द एनिमल्स आई एम लाइन? नो, ही इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग सम ऑपुलेंस देयर. द किंग, ही इज द बेस्ट ऑफ द एनिमल्स. द ऑपुलेंस ऑफ बीइंग द किंग. So that what is manifested over here, he is a representation of Krishna, he is not Krishna. So pantheist theory क्या बोलता है? A pantheist believe that God is not a separate personal being, but rather exists in everything, nature, universe, and every living and non-living being. Trees, stars, rivers, all are God. पैंथिस्ट के लिए क्या है? ये ट्री भी गॉड है, स्टार भी गॉड है, रिवर्स भी गॉड है, सब गॉड है. नहीं, ये पैंथिस्ट कंसेप्ट को दिखाने के लिए नहीं है जो अभी ऑपुलेंसेस कृष्णा बताएंगे. He is represented, his opulence is represented there. That's it, a part of his opulence. So that what Prabhupada is telling over here. Now Krishna is describing what can be directly perceived by the common man. Thus a part of it, variegated energy, is described in this way. So that is not the pantheist concept which Krishna is going to explain. Okay. Vibhuti should be understood to mean powerful objects which exhibit the Lord's sense of control. Again, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is clarifying that part. When Krishna is telling among this I am this, among this I am this, it's not that he is that. No. Vibhuti means should be understood to mean powerful objects that exhibit Lord's sense of control, that he is a powerful controller. Like lion is controlling the whole forest, so he is a powerful controller. All of this should be thought of as a Lord's self to some degree, in that they suggest the power of the Lord of all things. So what aspect of Lord is manifested there is power. That's the opulence which is manifested over there. So it's not Lord in that way. The approved direct forms of the Lord, like Lord Govinda, Lord Gopal, Shyam Sundar, Lord Narasimha, Lord Ram, have been described conclusively before. इससे पहले अर्जुन ने भी डिफाइन कर दिया, वो सब हो गया है. Those forms are useful for meditation as they are. उन forms को meditation जैसे हैं उन्हीं form को आप ऐसे meditate कर सकते हो. जैसे लॉर्ड कृष्णा एज अ श्याम सुंदर फॉर्म है, तो एज इट इज आप उन पे मेडिटेट कर सकते हो। दे शुड नॉट बी कंसिडर्ड लाइक द लिमिटेड रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ हिज शक्ति विच आर मेंशन इन दिस चैप्टर। तो इस चैप्टर में क्या है, लिमिटेड रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ उसकी शक्ति का मैनिफेस्टेशन है, लेकिन जो ओरिजिनल फॉर्म है लॉर्ड के, दे आर एप्ट फॉर मेडिटेशन, डायरेक्ट मेडिटेशन के लिए वो बिल्कुल सही है। लेकिन ये जो अभी इस चैप्टर में आने वाले हैं, दे आर लिमिटेड रिप्रेजेंटेशंस ऑफ हिज शक्ति। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इस चीज को समझना। अदरवाइज लोग बोलते हैं देखो भगवान ने बोला है बैनियन ट्री है, बैनियन ट्री है भगवान, अमंग द ट्रीज इज बैनियन ट्री, तो ये भगवान है नहीं। इसे लिमिटेड रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ हिज शक्ति, एक ऑपुलेंस को वहां दिखा रहा है वो। सो दैट इज व्हाट इज नो पैंथेइस्टिक व्यू ओवर हियर। Okay, so from verse number 20, we'll start next. So from here, now he is going to start. The first thing he is going to tell is, I am the super soul of everything. So that we are going to start next time from verse number 20. Okay, so from 20, we'll start next time. Gandhara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. So you can remember this verse number 20 will start. So any quick questions some devotee has?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Yes, Dhananjay Thakur.
प्रभु जी, स्टार्टिंग में हमने चर्चा किया था, आपने बताया था कि ओनली कृष्णा, मतलब कृष्ण ही ओन सेल्फ जान सकते हैं और वही जानते हैं। लेकिन जब चैतन्य महाप्रभु का केस आता है कि चैतन्य महाप्रभु कृष्ण स्वयं को जानने के लिए आए हैं, ऐसा, तो ये थोड़ा बताइए प्रभु जी।
तो वो स्पेशलिटी है गौड़ीय वैष्णवाज की, ठीक है। दैट इज अ स्पेशलिटी ऑफ गौड़ीय वैष्णवाज, दैट इवन कृष्णा डज नॉट नो हिमसेल्फ। ये अगर आप तत्ववादी के सामने जाके बोलोगे, वो आपको उड़ा देंगे। क्योंकि भगवान की डेफिनेशन ही है, जन्मादि यस यथा अन्वयाद इतरस्तस अभिज्ञ स्वराट। अभिज्ञ मीन्स ही इज ऑल नोइंग। आप भगवान को ही कम कर दे रहे हो कि भगवान को नहीं पता। So what he does not know is how much sweetness Radharani experiences when she experiences the love of Krishna. उसका experience कृष्णा को नहीं था। So that he wanted to know, and that's why he came as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. ठीक है, तत्वा वाइज में he is a supreme lord, he knows everything. तत्वा वाइज में उनको he is a supreme lord। तो ये हमारे गौड़ीय वैष्णव परंपरा का स्पेशल रसा है, ठीक है। ठीक है, ओके।
Pruji, like if we explain this, like the definition you have told, like rasa wise. So means tattva and rasa. So both he should know, na Krishna. Then only we can say abhikya. Otherwise, like rasa
That is,
part is missing now.
some part is missing and therefore Krishna is smaller than Radha Rani। गौड़ीय वैष्णव में हम राधा रानी के वशीपर हैं, कृष्णा के नहीं।
Hmm.
हम कृष्णा को इसलिए
Hmm.
वर्शिप करते हैं क्योंकि कृष्णा का संबंध है राधा रानी के साथ, ठीक है। अदरवाइज आवर होल सोल वर्शिप वर्शिप इज राधा रानी। हम्म, ठीक है। तो ये स्पेशल है जो हमको हमारे आचार्य ने दिया, जीव गोस्वामी इन सब ने, माधवेंद्रपुरी से स्टार्ट होते हुए ये जो रसा का फिलॉसफी है, रसा का तत्व है, जीव गोस्वामी और इन सब ने हमको वो दिया है। बहुत ही स्पेशल है हमारे परंपरा में, स्वीटनेस ऑफ कृष्णा। यस यस आकाश को।
जी प्रभु जी, ये थोड़ा पैंथीस्ट वाला समझा दीजिए, क्योंकि लाइक प्योर डिवोटीज होते हैं वो भी तो सब चीजों में भगवान को देखते हैं, और ये पैंथिस्ट भी देख रहे हैं। तो जो डिफरेंस मुझे समझ में आया प्रभु जी, कि जो ये पैंथिस्ट है वो सिर्फ इन्हीं चीजों में भगवान को देखते हैं कि भगवान यही है, लेकिन जो प्योर डिवोटी है वो जानते हैं भगवान का एक पर्सनल फॉर्म है और वो एग्जिस्ट करता है।
करेक्ट, परफेक्ट। पैंथिस्ट के लिए अलग से भगवान का कोई एग्जिस्टेंस नहीं है। वो बोलेंगे पानी से आपकी जिंदगी चल रही है, पानी भगवान है आपका। तो यस कृष्णा बोलते हैं रसो हम अपसु कौनते या। मैं एसेंस हूं उस पानी का है। सो इनवे इट्स एनर्जी ऑफ कृष्णा। भूमि रपो नलो वायु खम मनो बुद्धि रेवचा। सो इट्स एनर्जी ऑफ कृष्णा एंड एनर्जी इज नॉट डिफरेंट फ्रॉम एनर्जेटिक इन वन वे। तो अगर फिलोसफी वाइज देखना चाहे तो ओके ठीक है वो, लेकिन कृष्णा का एक पर्सनल फॉर्म भी है, श्याम सुंदर फॉर्म, उसको वो एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते पैंथिस्ट, वो उस पे नहीं जाते हैं वो। तो पता नहीं क्या क्या फिलोसफी चलती है दुनिया में। उसको मानने वाले भी इतने सारे लोग हैं। ठीक है, चलेगा ब्रो, थैंक यू। आई थिंक इट वाज सिंपल।
प्रभु जी, थोड़ा सा आप ये प्रजी भीमराव जी को जो मानते हैं प्रजी, कल कल बहुत ज्यादा उनका था, तो उसको थोड़ा सा बताएंगे प्रजी, क्या है उनका?
है देखो, ये कलयुगा चल रहा है। तो कलयुगा में एक स्पेशलिटी है कलयुगा की, एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी थिंग को ऑर्डिनरी समझना और ऑर्डिनरी थिंग को एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी समझना। ये कलयुग का सबसे बड़ा स्पेशलिटी है। जो एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी है डीटी है, उसको बोलेगा स्टोन है। और जो ऑर्डिनरी है भीमराव अंबेडकर जी, विद ऑल ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट, है वो भगवान है। हमारे भगवान है वो। भगवान लगा देंगे उसको। है क्रिकेटर को भगवान बना देंगे, वो कर देंगे। तो ये कलयुगा का स्पेशलिटी है, ये होने वाला है कलयुगा में।
This
Okay,
this
Mohit Pro is asking
comes.
one question. Prabhuji, as you explained about preaching of Arjuna and eagerness to hear, having all time, and even in battlefield. In our case, problem comes due to priority mismanagement. How to bring Lord Krishna on the first priority of life, not going for pleasure seeking on the YouTube or material things, rather taking shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. तो इसके लिए तो वही है, आपको एसोसिएशन लेना पड़ेगा प्रभु। बिना एसोसिएशन के कलयुगा में कुछ नहीं हो सकता। इम्पॉसिबल। हम्म बिना एसोसिएशन के कृष्णा को फोर फ्रंट पे रखना इम्पॉसिबल है, इम्पॉसिबल। अरे भक्त लोग घर जाते हैं, उसी में उनका हरि बोल हो जाता है। हैं तो बाकियों का तो कहना ही क्या, बिना एसोसिएशन के। जबकि उसके काउंसलर्स को कॉल करते रहते हैं, वीकली में काउंसलर मीट होती है, एक ग्रुप रीडिंग होती है, भक्ति शास्त्री क्लास चल रहा होता है, उसमें हरि बोल हो रहा है हमारा। कलयुग का इतना प्रभाव है। तो इसलिए अकेले करना बहुत मुश्किल है। वी हैव टू गिव प्रायोरिटी टू डिवोटी एसोसिएशन, देन ओनली कृष्णा विल रिमेन इन द फोर फ्रंट। ओके, थैंक यू सो मच। हरे कृष्णा। तो स्टॉप हियर। गंधराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय।